Hey friends, how's it going? I'm doing much better today. Yesterday was really difficult for me. Pretty much cried through my entire counseling session, and my counselor kind of told me, like, you really shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff with your illness and your sensitivity to things like that. But I do what I can. I don't think I'm going to be going on a weekly basis, that's for sure. But anyway, I'm doing much better today. Took my dog to the vet, came home, cleaned up the house, fed my cats, been working on a cover that I'm hoping to post tomorrow. I'm no longer going to be posting music of any kind on Tuesdays, unless I am, but it's not a plan. It's moving to Wednesdays. On Wednesday, if possible, I'm going to try to upload either a cover or something original that I've written. And hopefully this will be the last cover for a little while, because I really want to focus on writing my own stuff. But anyway, aside from that, a couple days ago I was talking to you guys about how I got arrested in my second episode. No, it was my third. It was my third, because I was working in Santa Monica. Oh shoot, sorry. So I get arrested at the store, right? I'm arrested. They handcuff me. They literally have to like pick me up because I'm refusing to walk. So they're holding me by my arms, and I'm like handcuffed with like legs, in the air, like usual, like with most people that don't want to get arrested, they have to pick you up and carry you. So they throw me in the car, and like, I really don't understand this part, but I know they put me in the cop car. It was like an SUV looking cop car for whatever reason. I don't know why. And then they drove me, because my family lives in the middle of nowhere. So it was a long drive, and we had to drive to town, and I'm sure we drove through different jurisdictions. They don't have a jail where my dad is. So they took me from the first two cops that arrested me. They put me in a car with another cop, and there was only one cop, and he was super young, and he looked like my brother. And at the time, I was full-blown manic, completely delusional, completely psychotic. And during this time, prior to me not going to work, I was working on a Quentin Tarantino movie. I was doing the media buy for this movie, and my delusions would be tied into whatever was going on in my life typically. And so I'm in the cop car, and there's this, I think it's Alex Rodriguez or something. There's this one Quentin Tarantino movie where the girl's like in a trap car, and the guy's like trying to, like, he's basically like trying to kill her or whatever, and she's in. Anyway, I thought that I was in one of those cars, and I thought that these cops were trying to rape me. I thought that my whole life story was being filmed. During this time, I had met someone who was like a young movie producer guy, and I started being friends with him. But this was when I met him, I was like hypomanic. I wasn't anywhere near psychosis. I was just in that high stage. And for me, that was a very brief period. That hypomanic was very brief for me, probably a few days or something. I don't know, because my timeline's all messed up in my memory. But because I had met him, and because we had talked about, doing this script that he had, which I'm no movie producer or anything like that. He and I just talked, and I was hypomanic, and I actually ended up giving the guy $900 to finance his trailer for his GoFundMe project. And just, I was thinking that I was making a movie. So, yeah, so I gave him $900 out of my own bank account. But yeah, so I'm in this car, and the driver of the cop car actually looks a lot like my brother. So I'm sitting back there saying all this crazy shit about my family and like my brother. I don't even remember what I was saying, but I just remember the cop looking back at me like, dude, this poor girl, she's fucking out of her mind. And excuse me, sorry, I've been cursing a lot lately. I need to stop. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure they drove to the next town, and then they transferred me to another car, to a different cop car. And this guy literally looked just like Mark Wahlberg. And maybe he just looked that way to me because I was fully manic. Because in my last episode, I met someone that I thought was Mark Wahlberg. But we're driving on the freeway, and he said something because he was talking to me. I don't remember what the conversation was between us, but I would be really nasty and mean to people that were trying to control me or help me or do whatever. And that's when I kicked out the cop car window. And I remember him just looking at me like, being like, why did you do that? And he kept saying, why did you do that? And then the ambulance came and like patched me up. I got a bill for the ambulance, which I never paid because I said I was treated against my will, which I was. I didn't authorize treatment because they put like, literally, they didn't do anything but put like, I think they did x-rays later. Yeah, he took me to the hospital after that. He took me back the opposite direction. Yeah, he drove me to the hospital, which was the opposite direction, going back to my dad's house. Yeah. And then I remember being in the hospital, and I remember being in the emergency room, and there were all these nurses, and the nurse was really mean. Like she intentionally, like I had this giant, like, I have to show you guys. It's too, like, if you're still here, you got it. I can show you. I'll figure it out. So like, see that? It's like a Z. That's on my ankle. It's from the piece of shard that came flowing out. So they had to take me to the hospital, and they had to like get that patched up or whatever. And they did like an x-ray and then patched it up. And then they took me to jail, and in jail is where it gets really crazy. I did some really weird stuff and had like some weird delusions, which I will, I guess, finish telling you guys about tomorrow. Anyway, I hope you all had a great day, and yeah, talk to you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Sorry, my hair's a mess. Bye.